How's it going, folks? Although we had no top games to watch yesterday, we still couldn't leave you without a portion of the latest news from the world of football. Give us a like, repost, and comment which team you'll be rooting for the most this week. And while you're typing, we proceed to start. Let's get the show on the pitch. Marcus Rashford, Mason Mount, and Nick Pope have withdrawn from the England squad for the Euro 2024 qualifiers against Italy and Ukraine. Sevilla have decided to part ways with Jorge Sampaoli once again. The team is in 14th place in the Spanish top flight. Liverpool and Manchester United are interested in 20-year-old Celta Vigo midfielder Gabri Veiga. Real Madrid are also named among potential contenders for the youngster. Manchester City are keen to remove their release clauses from Erling Haaland's contract, which can be activated from 2024. Elche have sacked Pablo Machin from the team's head coach post. The green-striped ones are lingering in last place in La Liga standings. West Ham United intend to hire 30-year-old Ram manager Will Still, who still works in Liga 1 without a professional UEFA license. His side did not lose in 19 consecutive games. Jamal Musiala will miss Germany's upcoming friendlies due to a thigh injury. The former president of the Haitian Football Federation, Yves Jean Bart, has been accused for harassment and sexual abuse against female footballers. But FIFA will appeal against the CAS's allegations. Austrian Bundesliga team SCR Altach have released the legendary Miroslav Klose from the head coach seat. Tottenham Hotspur will demand £100 million for Harry Kane up front if Manchester United make a formal offer. Real Madrid forward Karim Benzema received a shocking 0 out of 10 rating for his performance against Barcelona in the El Clasico. Real Madrid got annoyed with Gavi's behavior during El Clasico. The club considers his aggressive style of play unsportsmanlike. Barcelona have raised €8.2 million from the Real Madrid clash. This is the record ticketing revenue for the Catalan club this season. Frenkie de Jong will miss 2 weeks with a muscle injury. He will not help the Netherlands squad against France and Gibraltar in the Euro 2024 qualifiers. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang maintains a good relationship with Xavi. He was present in the dressing room during El Clasico. The Gabon striker is not included in Chelsea's future plans. Bayern Munich will not trigger the option to pay Man City's €70 million to make Joao Cancelo's loan permanent, but are considering negotiating a lower price. Former Eibar, Alaves, and Osasuna coach José Luis Mendilibar will take charge of Sevilla instead of Jorge Sampaoli. Most Tottenham players are confident that they will soon be under the tutelage of a new coach. Antonio Conte has become too toxic to work with. Nottingham Forest midfielder Lewis O'Brien, who was brought from Huddersfield Town last summer, has joined DC United on loan. Ronald Araujo will miss 2 to 3 weeks with a thigh injury. He could be available for the match against Real Madrid in the second leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final. The English Football League has deducted 3 points from Wigan Athletics after being late paying players and staff salaries. The club occupies the last position in the championship. Chelsea have already begun working on a permanent deal for Atletico Madrid's Joao Felix. The pensioners are satisfied with his performances, but it'll be difficult to reach an agreement with Los Colchoneros. Manchester United are exploring the possibility of signing Brighton Hove Albion star Kaoru Mitoma. He is seen as a replacement for Elanga and Martial, who are expected to pack their bags from Old Trafford this summer. Wolverhampton are still keeping tabs on Geoffrey Kondogbia, who has lost his place in Atletico's first team. The Wanderers tried to buy him back in January. Real Madrid have opened initial talks over a new deal for Eduardo Camavinga. His current agreement expires in the summer of 2027. Manchester City are displaying great interest in Hajduk Split's young defensive midfielder Luka Vuskovic. However, the citizens are yet to win the races against many other Premier League clubs. Tottenham have joined the race for Napoli centre-back Kim Min-jae. Manchester United are also interested. When asked to name the best goalkeeper La Liga has to offer right now, Real Madrid legend Iker Casillas stated, Ter Stegen or Courtois? Ter Stegen. He's playing well right now. Hervé Renard will leave the Saudi Arabian national team. He's about to be announced as new France women's team head coach, which was left without one a few days ago. Tottenham Hotspur are expected to part ways with head coach Antonio Conte this week. Chelsea look to Fulham midfielder Andreas Pereira to replace Mason Mount, who is likely to leave the club in the summer. Barcelona representatives have already contacted those close to Bayer Leverkusen's Florian Wirtz, but he can only leave the Black and Reds in the summer of 2024. Arsenal will attempt to sign RB Salzburg striker Noah Okafor in the summer. Borussia Dortmund and Newcastle United are also looking to land the Swiss international. Napoli will not activate Tanguy Ndombele's €28 million permanent loan clause. The French midfielder will return to Tottenham this summer. Inter Milan do not mind selling Marcelo Brozovic in the summer, as the Croatian wants to leave the Milan side. Earlier on, Manchester United were reportedly interested in his services. Club football is on hiatus, so we're moving on to the main news of the release. PSG have had a terrible start to 2023, with 7 defeats and a knockout from the Champions League from Bayern Munich. However, despite poor results, the PSG board are not gonna sack Christophe Galtier until the end of the season. Such a turn of events would mean that Luis Campos' new project has completely failed. Nevertheless, the Parisians are already considering options for next season, among which is Thomas Tuchel, who has already led the team before. The 56-year-old Frenchman's deal with PSG runs until the summer of next year. Unfortunately, the probability of Jude Bellingham becoming a Liverpool footballer this summer is extremely low. Real Madrid and Manchester City occupy a stronger position in the tough chase for the England prospect. Still, Dortmund hope that if they end up winning the Bundesliga, they can persuade Jude to stay and extend his contract with a clear release clause. The lack of a goal-scoring quality forward is a problem that has troubled Chelsea for years. In the summer, the Aristocrats will try to recruit new Serie A star Victor Osimhen, who's having an incredible run for Napoli, with 25 goals and 29 appearances. As compensation, Chelsea are willing to offer the Parthenopeans Christian Pulisic plus money. The Nigerian striker is also known to be a transfer target for Manchester United. Manchester City are closely monitoring the situation surrounding Barcelona prodigy GAVI, whom the club still cannot register as a first-team player. The Sky Blues see GAVI as a perfect new centre-back for Pep Guardiola, who can fit the position for years to come, if it's not possible to acquire Bellingham. Besides, GAVI's move can speed up negotiations between them and Barca for the transfer of Bernardo Silva, whom the Catalans have been wanting to sign for quite a while. Victor Osimhen is not the only Napoli top performer big clubs wish to have in their roster in the summer. PSG are showing great interest in Georgian winger Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. The Red and Blues are even willing to offer a crazy €180 million to shrug off other potential candidates. Khvicha's progress is also being watched very closely by Real Madrid. This season, the 22-year-old player has netted 14 goals and delivered 16 assists in 30 appearances. Spanish football legend Xabi Alonso, who currently manages Bayer Leverkusen, remains one of the main contenders to take up the duties as Real Madrid's new head coach. Los Blancos find his working methods effective. Therefore, Xabi is named among possible options alongside Raul. Carlo Ancelotti in turn is likely to leave the Santiago Bernabeu at the end of the season. Manchester City are very fond of Newcastle's defensive midfielder Bruno Guimaraes, so the citizens will try to lure him out for £80 million this summer. Moreover, they are ready to offer England international Calvin Phillips, who is almost not playing at all this season in the Premier League, to the Magpies. PSG are still doubting whether they need to extend Lionel Messi's contract. The main reason for doubts is that the World Cup winner has a rather strained relationship with the club supporters, who booed him before the game against Rennes. Messi is aiming to win another Ballon d'Or award, thus he hopes to stay in European football for at least 1 year. Earlier on, Messi's father was once again spotted in Barcelona. Friends, we've launched the channel with 10-minute recaps of movies and series. A very convenient format to say the least. Here you have a recap of the movie with the inimitable Keira Knightley. If you are a fan of movies, then you should definitely check this out. Click on the link and give it a watch. Thank you for watching this episode to the end. Have a nice one, see you in a bit!